Hello, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Ryan O'Donnell, and I am a Product Line Marketing Manager at ATTO Technology. Today, we will be discussing solutions for SAS LTO tape libraries utilizing ATTO XstreamCORE Intelligent Bridge. This session is being recorded, and all attendees are on mute. If you have questions during the course of the presentation, please use the Q&A feature, and I will address your questions before the end of the presentation. ATTO Technology has long worked with SAS LTO tape libraries and the leading vendors of those tape libraries. We understand that tape is still an important part of many companies' storage strategy due to the lower acquisition cost, longevity of data retention requirements, and the natural air gap that is created by implementing a tape solution, which better insulates your data from cyber attacks. While tape provides a great number of benefits, we also acknowledge that there are inherent limitations in SAS LTO tape libraries. For instance, typically, users are limited to a direct attached infrastructure, which restricts the ability of the tape to be accessed by multiple hosts. Also, SAS is limited to a distance of only 10 meters, which restricts where users can place their tape libraries. We saw a need that was not being addressed in the tape market for users to be able to connect their SAS LTO tape libraries directly into a dedicated Ethernet network. XstreamCORE supports up to 40 gigabit Ethernet, which is much faster than connecting through a server into a typical local area connection, which is usually 1 gigabit. You can also connect up to 16 SAS LTO tape drives into XstreamCORE, allowing you to consolidate several tape libraries on a single XstreamCORE. With Ethernet connectivity, you gain the flexibility to relocate your tape to a different part of the server room, your building, or up to approximately 30 miles away at a remote location. Additionally, our exclusive SpeedWrite technology helps boost the performance of your tape libraries, which I'll describe in more detail in a later slide. How do you know if XstreamCORE is the right solution for you? Well, here are a few questions you should ask yourself. Are you looking for a way to connect several LTO tape drives into your Ethernet network? Are you looking for a faster alternative than connecting through a server? Are you looking for a lower cost alternative than buying native Ethernet tape libraries? Are you looking for a way to repurpose your existing infrastructure? Do you need a flexible solution with a low total cost of ownership? Do you need an archive solution without fiber channel? Do you need a solution that you can move out of your server room? Do you need to be able to access your data across your network? Do you need to move to an Ethernet network? Here's some of the key benefits of adding XstreamCORE. We've already mentioned some of these, but let me make sure to highlight a few for you. Adding XstreamCORE to a SAS LTO tape library is a lower cost solution than using native Ethernet tape drives. XstreamCORE is easy to set up, easy to use, and easy to maintain. XstreamCORE has advanced monitoring and management built in, giving you greater visibility into the performance of your storage. A little earlier, I mentioned why you would want to connect using XstreamCORE as opposed to using a server. But here's a side-by-side comparison to help illustrate the point. XstreamCORE supports up to 40 gigabit Ethernet. Typically, when you connect into a server and through your local area network, you are using a 1 gigabit Ethernet connection. Better speed means your backup and archiving is completed faster. And when you use a dedicated Ethernet connection, you aren't clogging up your network while you do so. XstreamCORE handles all data through hardware acceleration, which means we are able to process your data much faster than a server, which uses the internal CPU to process your data. XstreamCORE can make your SAS LTO tape libraries a shared storage resource, which comes with many benefits, including the ability to access from anywhere on your network. Connecting through a server limits you to a direct attached storage infrastructure, which means every time the data needs to be accessed, the commands have to go through that server. Here are some of the key features of XstreamCORE. First, we designed XstreamCORE using our intelligent bridging architecture. This is our methodology for developing protocol translation devices that maximize speed and throughput while minimizing latency. Next, we use hardware-accelerated iSCSI, which, as I mentioned earlier, ensures that your data is processed as fast as possible. Next, we have XstreamView System Manager. This is the interface we designed specifically for XstreamCORE, which allows you to monitor and manage XstreamCORE so you can see how the attached storage is performing. And lastly, we have SpeedWrite. I mentioned this briefly at the beginning. SpeedWrite increases performance by doubling the queue depth on your tape storage, allowing commands to be received faster and writes to be executed faster. Utilizing our intelligent bridging architecture, we designed XstreamCORE with our two cores, the X-core data acceleration and E-core control engine. The X-core is dedicated to processing data commands, ensuring they are processed as fast as possible. The E-core is dedicated to processing non-data commands, which allows the X-core to function at full speed. When you add XstreamCORE to your SAS LTO tape libraries, you gain the benefits of shared storage, but you get the speed of direct attached storage. Users can connect to their SAS storage via up to 40 gigabit Ethernet, which allows for tape to be moved out of the server room. This frees up valuable space for other equipment, saves on power and cooling, and could allow for consolidation of multiple tape libraries into a single location. You can connect up to 16 SAS LTO tape libraries into a single XstreamCORE, allowing you to share all of them over the same Ethernet connection. Our solution gives you several different options to use your SAS LTO tape libraries differently. We've talked about how you can add Ethernet connectivity, which allows you to share your tape libraries and move them out of your server room, as well as how this solution is more cost-effective than native Ethernet tape libraries. Additionally, adding XstreamCORE gives you the option to repurpose your existing storage. If you are upgrading your network, you don't need to replace your existing SAS storage, and instead you can connect into Ethernet using XstreamCORE. You can even network your SAS, Ethernet, tape, and disk storage together. As your business expands, XstreamCORE gives you the flexibility you need. You can continue to connect more tape drives into XstreamCORE, and when you need to free up space in your server room, you can move your tape to another location. If you have multiple locations where backup and archiving is done, you can consolidate to a single location. Here's a brief overview of the technical specifications of XstreamCORE. Beyond what we can do with SAS LTO tape libraries, XstreamCORE works with other types of SAS storage as well, such as JBOD, JBOF, and RAID arrays. XstreamCORE adds an incredibly low 2 microseconds of latency, which is much faster than alternatives such as a server. Beyond what XstreamCORE can do for SAS LTO tape drives, we have many other use cases and examples of how XstreamCORE can help users, including disaggregation of storage and creating stretch cluster environments. Thank you so much for attending today's webinar. The recording will be made available on our website, ATTO.com. For more information, please feel free to contact me directly via phone or email.